Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how to do something. Whoop. Now I'll just do this. There we go. Drink. Okay. Then we're going to go here, not here. And then we're going to go here. I'm trying to set this up so that next time I know what to do. Then I can take that whole thing, go dunk. All right. And now I can send it to people. All right. I sent it to my daughter too. Maybe my daughter will join us. She might. You never know. Of course, you don't know because you ain't here to hear me tell you that. Well, while nobody's here, I'm gonna do a little bit of bitching. This is a weird day. Not bad mood, not good mood, but a varying of emotions, man. That hurt. That actually hurt. Better put this back on. That's right, just crushing this hurt. But not like it did. It's getting better. See my finger? I've been giving people thumbs up at meetings, right? And I've been turning my hand this way. Because before I'm like, oh, do they think I'm just... They don't think that. But these are the thought processes that I go through. I just called the state of Colorado and put it in a complaint. I reported our attorney general. I've started a case against our own attorney general for wasting our abatement money and taking kickbacks and shit. Yeah, that's what's going on. People don't want to believe me, but it's what's going on. All right, let's invite her too. We're gonna invite my other friend. There we go. All right, we are at the 3-minute mark, and YouTube is up and running, and Daryl is here.
I'm here.
Oh fuck! I forgot to turn down my sound.
Was I loud?
Training. Oh yeah, training. This is toner. This is ink. All right. Yeah, when you do the hiring, you also got to do the training. You got to do because you got stick to the script. Stick to the script. All right.
Hi, Amber.
Daily Trudge. I was a mean manager. I would tell people, I'm like, don't ask them how they're doing. They don't give a fuck. Anyway, I'm just screwing around. I don't even remember if I said that. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Yeah. Do you? Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, one is liquid, one is powder. Yeah. They need to know that. Even the most simplest thing, you can't assume that people know. You sell the toner, you sell the powder one. So, all right. So we're going to cover the benefits of recovery. I thought, maybe we should do something a little more. I went for something more positive because with the shit that I'm doing today, it's putting my mind in this kind of fight mode because I've had to do some things. So I thought I'd go for something a little bit more positive. Asking how they're doing is a waste of time. It is. And it doesn't build rapport. when somebody calls and says, "Hey, Dion, this is so and so. How are you doing today?" Click. That's when I hang up. That's because my friends don't do. Yeah. Well, I know. I know. It was funny because my daughter's been in sales too, and so we decided that we were going to do a podcast, which we're doing tomorrow, right? And I'm like, okay, what day's best for you? Okay, is there a better time for you, or what's? It said, I'm like, you realize I just closed you, right? That's a close. I just closed you. I booked an appointment. She's like, you son of a bitch. It's like, I didn't even know. I'm like, I know, huh? How do you think I get people on the podcast? It's a sales pitch. And my number one line is, are you willing to tell your story? I use willing because if you're not willing, then gee. All right. What
My,
are
my, my, my response to that question is, do you really want to know?
yeah. Yeah. The other thing is you ask and you get somebody lonely. Blah, 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 blah. And now your 10-minute phone call is an hour and your manager's going to be pissed because you didn't make your numbers for the hour. All right. Recovery can bring many benefits. Improved physical health. Yeah. I mean, I like that they put this first. Recovery can help you sleep better because you're getting that first good night's sleep. Okay. Alcohol disrupts sleeping. It does. I'm not going to go all the way into it. There's a lot of other things, but when we drink, we don't dream, and we don't dream, we don't REM, and we don't REM. You go psychotic. There you go.
I didn't sleep when I recovered.
Pardon?
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I said I did
I
not.
want to hear it.
I did not sleep well when I first recovered.
Oh no, not in the beginning. Not in the beginning. No.
To the point where my sponsor told me, you know, I never met a person that died of lack of sleep. You will go to sleep at some point. Hopefully you get to choose where that is.
Yep. Your body will fit. Well, in the beginning, I mean, we spent 20 years of drinking on unregulated sleep, and you think our body's just going to happen in a few weeks now. It took me, I mean, I'm 8 years sober, and I'm just got to the point where 8 hours is good. 8 hours is good for me now. Even I slept 6 hours last night. I'm fine. But that was because of my nightmares. Improved appetite and return to a healthy weight. I looked like Large Marge when I got sober, but it was all water. My dad belly's going to, actually it's a grandpa belly now. Yes, I'm still in my pajamas, but those are called drumming pants. Let's remember that. And return to a healthy weight. I don't know that I'm at a healthy weight, but I'm certainly healthier than I was. No, I didn't eat when I drank. And yeah, you ready for dinner? Well, let me have a couple beers first, and then I wouldn't be hungry, and I wouldn't eat. I did that intentionally because the alcohol sucks up the food sucks up what I'm going for. It can also improve your immunity and eliminate to improve other medical conditions. I don't know what those are, but I have noticed that like I don't get as sick as often. There's a lot of things that don't happen. Anxiety, things like that. Improve mental health. Recovery can help you develop self-esteem, resilience, and a positive sense of self. It can also help you find purpose and meaning in your life and build healthy relationships. For me, the number one thing in that list was help you find purpose. Somebody without purpose is the most dangerous person in the world. I was just talking to a new sponsee. Yes, I grabbed him and we talked there. You know,
You did?
Yeah. He told me, He said, I got 4 messages saying, you just got a great sponsor. I'm like, no fucking way. What? I still don't quite believe it, but God, it just feels nice, man, to think. I didn't know that's what people thought of me, honestly. Help you find purpose. You know, the gangbanger has more purpose in his life and does more in society than the kid that sits in his mother's basement until he's 30 years old. And it's purpose. Those kids that sit in those rooms and do that, these are our school shooters. Yeah. If you have no purpose in life, right? So a lot of what I do is because of my purpose. And what is my purpose? To put, to make sure that everybody gets the same chance at recovery in Alcoholics Anonymous. And that takes, it takes more than AA. It isn't just AA. No, we made the responsibility statement for the professionals. It is the professionals that lead people to AA, and that's our multiple pathway. But you got to have purpose, man. You got to have purpose. What do you, out of all of that with mental health, Daryl, what do you think has improved most for you, like with your mental health?
My outlook, my overall outlook.
Okay.
More of a positive attitude. Less depression.
Yeah.
Except for right now, I'm trying to get in the car and I think my battery is dead.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And of course, it's not a clutch, so we can't pop it. That's one of the reasons I always had sticks, because in case the battery died, I could at least push start it and get to where I'm going and fix the battery. Well, I can't pray for a good battery, or at least the acceptance for Daryl that the battery is not going to work.
Well, I can't even get in the car. It's like it's got one of those code locks. I can't. It won't even open it. I don't know what's up.
Oh, okay. Is there a key inside your fob?
Yeah, I've got to go dig it out.
Okay. All right. So you're a step ahead. Cool. Improved relationships. All right. Now it says recovery can help you repair relationships with family and others and form new positive relationships. It might. Recovery can't. Notice they say recovery can help. But, if the other person doesn't want to repair the relationship, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. You may have that in your life. But yeah, for the most part, I at least get along with my brothers and sisters now. Now when I go to Mother's Day or whatever, because that's the one time that I'll go to my mom's and meet them, I said, I'll give you Mother's Day for the rest of the day. I'm cordial. I'm nice. I get involved. I make jokes and have fun. So that my mom can do that. But really, I consider my mother, out of all my family, I would say my mother is family. The rest of my family is in AA. The rest of my family is my wife, my kids, my grandchildren. That's the rest of my family, because a lot of these people don't want anything to do with me. So you might be able to. Some people may not want to, but it's to form those new positive relationships, right? To form those. Do you want me to make the sound when you try? Improved confidence. Yeah. So they covered self-esteem a little bit and the improved mental health. And that's really what it is, and I'll tell you, it's from helping other people. It is because of that purpose of helping other people that will give you improved confidence. Okay. The best way to get more self-esteem is to do esteemable things. What is esteemable things? That would be doing things for others without expecting anything in return.
No strings attached.
That's right. And you do this more than you know, helping somebody without them knowing about it. That's the most esteem. Without anybody, you don't tell
That's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, and I fuck it up every time. I always tell my wife. I can't help it. But she's my mirror, man. I mean, it's like when I'm talking to her, I'm talking to me in a way. I just get excited. I gotta tell her. So I tend to blow it. It's just like if I get my wife a birthday present, I got to buy it the day before because I can't go weeks. I get too excited. All right. You know, I'm just, I'll give you a good example. I'm big on other people's birthdays because I know what it means to have nobody show up to your birthday party. And my they had a birthday party for my grandson on Saturday. I wasn't able to go, but all the kids made it, and that's what mattered. But we were supposed to watch Star Wars that night. I was supposed to watch with the girls, but I was like, it's his birthday, and Star Wars will still be there. And they were like, yeah, but we want to watch Star Wars too. I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to let you off though. Because they're like, okay, thank Grandpa. I did that for Orson, for my grandson. He doesn't know any better. He doesn't need to, So you do esteem with recovery can help you develop self-confidence instead of feeling helpless. Oh, here it is. Improved sense of purpose. Recovery can help you find more purpose and meaning in life. And that can vary for a lot of people, because I have different purposes in my life. But the real question for Dion, at least for this alcoholic, is, okay, I have a purpose. Am I causing more confusion than harmony? What am I doing? What are my intentions on this? And sometimes my intentions are, well, I'm being selfish and I want to go have fun, like I'm going to Elijah's or something. But while I'm there, what I want to do is have a good attitude. Maybe somebody in front of me is having a harder time and I can make their day better because I'm that kind of a person. And it doesn't matter where I go, somebody's hurting and I can make it better. And God always puts that in front of me. Always. I do not leave the house with some kind and come back without having some kind of meaningful conversation. Right? I sat there and chatted with the guy at the McDonald's drive-thru yesterday morning because the line was long and we were waiting. I just asked some questions. Being here, Hey, Chris, good to see you, man. Good to see you. That O's right next to that P. I've been called worse than dipping. So, it's funny. You'd think when people mess up my name, the number one thing that they call me is Damien. I don't know why. It was that little kid from the horror show. I don't know. Improved self-awareness. Recovery can help you develop a high degree of self-awareness, compassion, dedication, and understanding. All right. Yeah. I love you, bro, but we got to mute you. Lower turnover and absenteeism. Research indicates that people in recovery have lower rates of turnover and absenteeism than the average employee. So that's nice. What does that do for me? Okay, that means you're going to abuse me more. I'm making noise. Okay. If you want to talk, unmute. No problem. No problem, man. Take care of it. We appreciate it. I love you, brother. Here's a good one. Oh, wait a minute. What are the benefits of personal recovery? Here we go. Finding hope. Finding hope. Yeah. It's a big one. It's a big one. I was just talking to somebody and they're newish. They're new to me because I'm just sponsoring them and they haven't, but they haven't. But I was just actually talking about that. We're the people that provide hope. Okay. I actually have a hoodie that says Hope Dealer, and I'm a hope dealer. I bring hope wherever I go. I got it. I have to be positive. I have to. Okay. Hi, Patricia. Yeah, he just He's not familiar with the online world yet. But I don't care because the Daily Trudge is improved. So yeah, it's just one of the things we do here, you know. But yeah, if it was windy, I would not be outside doing this. I would not. So yeah, hope. What do you gain from recovery? It's all the same thing. Better coping mechanisms, enhance decision making, stronger relations. What are the 5 pillars of recovery? Basic stability. Okay, I'm going to take this very clinical thing and I'll turn it into ours, okay? Basic stability. Find yourself a home group. Find a meeting that you like, feel comfortable in, and they need to see your face all the time so that when you don't show up, they wonder where you're at. Accountability is the number one thing to get somebody sober. It's accountability. Make them motherfuckers accountable, right? Was the first thing that I had my sponsors do. They've got to text me every night that they are still sober. Hey, Dion, I'm still sober. Okay. This is accountability because they're going to go through their day and they're going to have thoughts. Oh, drink might sound good. They're still new. It's going to happen. Still happens to me. Fuck. And I need that to be replaced by no, I got to text Dion later. And I told him that. I said, that's exactly what we're trying to do here. I'm just trying to replace your thought process. Okay. This shit brings hope to people. Okay. I'm very confident in what I do. I used to have low self-esteem. I don't know that I have high self-esteem. Okay. I don't overly think of myself, but I think there's a balance in there. Okay. But it's just about seeing what they need and then providing. For me, that's totally second nature. I do it without thinking. Right. I brought up in a group today. I'm like, well, because it's an online group, but then they're having group conscious over here in the building, and you can't do that. Each group is autonomous, and that's what I was bringing up. I'm like, and they were like, we have suggestions on how you should run your meeting. I'm like, fuck you. You don't even come to this meeting. Here's this. Okay, I'll give you a double one. All right? No, fuck you. You ain't tell me what to do. You don't even go to this meeting. Okay, that's not the problem though. That wasn't the problem. And we're still breaking tradition no matter how you say it. The real problem is this. There's not enough people that consistently go, right, to make that move. And that's the actual problem. Okay? As alcoholics, we got to get down to causes and fucking conditions or no change will be made. That's the cause and condition. So what do? We invite more people because it's a great meeting. The meeting's fantastic. I won't go to the in-person one. It sucks. So why would I take their suggestions? Okay? And they weren't suggestions. It was unsolicited advice. Period. That's unsolicited advice. And every group is to be autonomous. Each group must maintain their own stuff. You cannot do that. You can't have a Zoom group raising money to pay the rent at a place over there. You can't do that. We can help a little bit, but it can't be the rule. It can't be. It won't work. At first, they were just trying to defend. Well, they didn't mean this. I'm like, you guys are not hearing what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck what they said. What I'm saying is we are breaking tradition. It's tradition 6. It's 4. Every group should be autonomous except in matters affecting AA as a whole. There we go. Every group must be autonomous. Period. Very well. Okay. And don't get me wrong, because the people in the group, so that's the problem. So we have to substitute until we figure it out. But we best be going towards that problem or the group won't grow as a whole. And if the group doesn't grow as a whole, guess what happens? The individual sickens and dies. I watch it happen. The one thing I cannot stand, okay, I will leave a meeting, but I will not tell people to follow me. You divide a meeting, I'm sorry, but that's a different level. Okay? That's called revenge. These meetings that divide up, well, we don't like it, then go support another meeting. But if you intentionally take other people from that meeting with you, we call that division, and it does not work in AA. Your meeting won't last. Power, control is what happens. And I love people, but you do what you do, and you're going to get that consequence. And this isn't a popularity contest. Quit worrying about growing your meetings and just do what you're supposed to do. Okay. Trusting having a self-care plan. All right. That one's easy. Here you go. First 164 pages. That is our self-care plan. Right? See, it's the same thing. You know what they're talking about here? CBT. This is cognitive behavioral therapy right here. So having a self-care plan. Okay. What is also part of our self-care plan? Meetings, sponsors, closed mouth friends, and the fellowship. Yes, very much. I like this one. They did a good job. Trusting the process of recovery. And I like that they put it that way. Why? Because I don't fucking trust any of you. Are you kidding me? I know you were trying to help, and I appreciate it and everything else. When I got here, I didn't trust you. No. I trusted the results. Anything that came out of your mouth was bullshit to me, though, because I was full of it, right? Well, how can I hear you so can't trust me, can't trust them. What can I trust? I can trust the process. Yes. They even probably stole that from me. I've been saying that for 30 years. Trust the process. Trust it. You can see it happening in other people. That's what got me. I'm like, yeah, you guys are great, but I want to see it. And then I saw it. And then I was like, okay, I want that too. And that's what happened. It was that simple. It really was. So refreshing. Expanded self-awareness and intuition. When you are completely honest with yourself, self-awareness is the shit. It's where it's at. It's where it's at. Because if you're not aware of what's going on with you, you cannot help the next person. You can't. Because you cannot. You're not going to be able to transmit something you don't have. It won't work. Yeah. Patricia, yeah, absolutely. You can trust in the first tradition, which means higher power. The theme of tradition 1 is sacrifice. Yeah, we don't like hearing that word. What that means, you're going to give up your time. That's really all it means. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the money. Group doesn't have enough money. Enough money for what? For us to meet? Then we'll go meet in the fucking park. Then we'll meet online. It can't be stopped. And money is not the key indicator. Say anywhere in here, you will make a lot more money. No, doesn't say anywhere. Does it say you are going to be, one of the pillars is to become the alpha omega? Does it say to go start your own shit? Does it say, no, it doesn't say any of that. It says be who you are, and then understand that you are a very small part of a great whole. And the fact that you even get that is a fucking blessing. The fact that you even get that for nothing. I didn't do anything, and God removed my obsession to drink. I didn't do anything. Well, I went to meetings and I did this, and so I didn't do anything. That's not real action. Going down and sitting and listening is not action. Now, if you share in that meeting and provide some experience, strength, and hope, then yes, you have put it into action. If you go to that meeting and you find a sponsor or a sponsee, then you are doing action. If you go to that meeting and pour the coffee or clean things up, now you're putting it into action. Okay. But the big one here is the intuition. Okay. That is the little voice inside your head that says, don't fucking do it. Remember that when you were drinking and your brain was like, your gut was like, don't do it. Don't fuck. We did it. But then it filled up the hole and you forgot all about it. and just kept repeating and repeating and repeating. What is our intuition? It is our survival mode with humility. I'm just putting it into our words. Oh no, one of my recordings is going to fall off. I get that every day because they fall off all the time. It's just the recordings go away. That's restreamed. They're all on YouTube. So, see, I do it this way so that I can keep my content. Otherwise, I just go live on Facebook. We call it good. But they want to keep my content, and that ain't happening either. Where was that again? Oh, there it was. Your intuition. You remember when you were young and you did something bad, your stomach hurt. It still happens today. There's just an adult version of it. We call it gas. We call it these other things. But no, that is your intuition telling you to stop whatever the fuck you're doing. Right? You're going to hear things. Stay away from this person. Do it. Do it. I'm telling you, do it. Get away from them. If your intuition says something ain't right, then something ain't right. You are correct. This is where feelings and facts meet. And your brain will shuffle through this shit quick. You won't even notice. That. Okay? You won't notice. Okay? You won't. You ever put something in the internet and you get it back? Right? It's fast. It's like 10 times faster than that. A lot faster, actually. Okay? And you will get an answer. Now, if you have prayed, if you've done all these different things so that you are in the sunlight of the spirit, then your intuition is backed by a God feeling. And you will feel it and listen to it. It is trying to fucking tell you something. I don't know how many times I've heard people go back to abusers because they were lonely. Okay. What you need to do is just keep going to different AA meetings till you find your people. Just keep moving forward. It took me, I'm 8 years sober. That's right. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And we're right. We know this stuff. Remember, you were a head bullshitter. You know bullshit. But there's sometimes our feelings frustrate that because we want to be a part of, or we think we're going to miss out on something. I'm going to give you an example here, and it's recovery coaching, because I am a recovery coach. I'm a certified recovery coach. I'm also a certified peer support specialist. I don't give a fucking what. I'm going to tell you what I learned. I don't learn anything new. It was a great refresher, though. Anyway, where the fuck was that? Yes, your intuition. Hey, and I was given the example, and they're like, "Yeah, you make a great recovery coach." I'm like, "Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I'm still a great recovery coach, aren't I? What do you think I'm doing here?" Sorry, I'm a recovery coach here. I help people out all the fucking time. Are you kidding me? I'm Mr. Fucking Resource. My kids are finding that out. Anyway, we want you to be a recovery coach, and it's gonna right. And bullshit happened. I'll just put it. I'm just gonna. And they fooled me. They fooled me. Oh man, they got. But I saw one little thing, and I blew it off. And I should have listened at that point, but I did not. Then we were able to start taking insurance, and I started hearing the words. Somebody said, "Great, now we can go after the low-hanging fruit." And I was done. Oh, there's my indicator. There is my indicator. Do you know how much shit they have stolen? How many ideas of mine they have stolen? You know how much shit talk they do about me? I mean, it's a lot. Okay. I take their money. They get mad. They want revenge. It ain't gonna work. I got God, and you can't do anything. What do you do? Go report me to my job? Because God's my boss. So I thought I was missing out on these events, and how come Dion doesn't get to speak at Silver Livings, and how come I don't get asked? And I should be. I'm a great speaker. It's one of the things that I do. Okay. It's my area. Now you ask me to do admin work, it'd go right over my fucking head. Okay. We barely get this done. Now I thought I was missing out on things. Now the law's involved. Now the government's involved. I didn't miss out on anything because I listened to my intuition. Now, if I wouldn't have listened to that and I went forward and did what they were doing, I would probably be the fall guy. I would probably be the one in trouble because they love to do that to people. Okay. Listen to your fucking intuition. For the love of God. This, no. This, yes. So, when you have a problem, where do you go first? Go to your stomach first. Because if it hurts, it's bad. If you get a shot of endorphin, it's probably right. Next question. What are my intentions? Do I have good intentions? Okay. Okay. Check that one off. Have I asked God? Check 2, but where do I go for that? Here. I go to my heart. That's where my higher power resides, in my heart. Okay. I clear it with God. Now where do I go? My head. Yeah, then I go to my head. Because now I have a set of directions, and that's what my brain does. It follows direction. That's its job. See, now I'm in a place, but you don't run a sober living, Amber. And I spoke, and I did good. And yes, thank you. No, AA meetings I get asked all the time. So I'm sorry. I tend to forget. Not everybody knows everything I know. Sober livings are not AA. Those aren't AA. You go and share your experience, strength, and hope. But you may have everybody in the house maybe going to all these different programs. And that's part of the problem. Okay. So it's more a general speak. Like I don't go to those and say, my name's Dion, I'm an alcoholic. It's not an AA meeting. It's more of a, I don't know what you would call it, community service kind of a thing. So, and I love sharing my story. Absolutely, I do. I prefer doing it in person though. And the more people, the better. It's weird. Most people's number one fear is public speaking. Mine is not. It's not. Right? And you want to know what's weird about that? I'm shy. Sure I am. I'm a Virgo, man. But once you get a Virgo going, just ask Daryl. Ask my sponsor how shy I am. He's like, Dion, did you know? This was months ago. He's like, it's hard to learn how to love you. I'm like, yeah, I know. You're going to have to put some fucking effort into it. This is how I am. But once I see it and you got me, you got me. If you break my heart, I may never speak to you again. I'll still love you. All right, but who's that on? Right? So stick around the winners, not the wieners. It's tough because that loneliness sets in, but it's not real loneliness. That's just the dude down below trying to think you need something from somebody else. But no, go back to that emotional sobriety. And let's remember that we no longer use other people for our own happiness anymore. We don't do that. Or our sadness or any other feeling. Nobody else can make me mad. I'm the one that does that. No matter what happens, yes, my anger is my problem. And I'm going to tell you now, to this day, I don't want it to be true. My brain doesn't want it to be true because then I would be very justified on the different things that we talk about. Yeah, man. So, yeah. But what does that go back to? Being honest with yourself, you know? Like, am I being the designated driver so I can have a little vicarious pleasure around drinking? If that's the case, then you don't go. I'm going to be the designated driver because I care about my friends and it's not like they do this all the fucking time. And I want to protect them and we have fun. That's much different. that is much different. Then go. Enjoy it. Have fun, man. Fucking do it. Because they're different types of friends. I need a designated driver. Well, you should have fucking thought of that before you went. Call an Uber. Good night. I'm going back to bed. I'm going back to bed. This is not a 12-step call. I'm going back to bed. Bye. What if it's your son or daughter? I guess you're fucked. Because I ain't probably not gonna do it. Actually, I probably would because I'm codependent that way. If you were in real trouble and I knew you, I'd do it. I'd do it. You know. But we better watch that stuff, right? Hey, I told you. I gotta sit here and say, hey, you gotta be honest with yourself completely if I ain't gonna be. And I will tell on myself way before you do. Because I know you want to know how I know I fucked up. My stomach tells me. All right. That's how I figure out. When I'm bored, that's how I figure out what I want to do. I'll ask myself questions, and if my stomach gets excited, that's what I go do. That's actually how I do a lot of my day. Okay, God, what's next? Is this next? No, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. Yeah, that's it. There we go. That's it. I do it all the time. Did it for this. No. Trying to fill my day. Idle hands are the devil's plaything, man. And Dion is susceptible. Right? See, I thought my day was going to be sitting down and figuring out the meeting on Wednesday, but I found that I was being kind of triggered and re-traumatized. So I called Pastor Marcia, and she's like, Dion, you set up everything for your other meeting with Jose, and he did it exactly. So, nah, you got it. You know what you're supposed to do. So instead, I'm just going to go and rely that God is going to do what he needs to do. But it freed up my day, and I didn't have anything going on. Right? So I go to a noon meeting, bam, new sponsee. I asked God what I was supposed to do. I went to the meeting and gave it to me. Then I spent a half hour on the phone with him. Right? Right? Whew. I'm going to cover one other thing, and I know I've covered it before, but it's still going on with me. I'm just getting a lot of compliments. And the guy that I just picked up, he said after I said, yeah, I'd love for you to be my sponsor. 4 people reached out and said, oh man, you are lucky. I'm like, I don't know how to react to that shit. I don't. No, Dion, he's this, and I'm like, but am I? I think what it is, I just have a much different perspective. I have a much different perspective of me than you do. I mean, I'm not hiding anything. I don't share my totally personal stuff here, not always. But I do know that I will do whatever I can to make somebody else's day better. I mean, if I can, sure. I mean, there's not a person here that isn't worth a little bit of effort, right? That's what I think. Even during the noon meeting, are we doing things wrong? Yeah, not according to the traditions. But that doesn't mean you shoot the fucking messenger. No, you're nice about it. And they explained it to me. I said, thank you very much for explaining that to me. That makes much more sense now. It does. And I appreciate that. I didn't say you're wrong. No. One other person's like, Dion, you're really good at that. I'm like, I know. But you can be too. Now, you're going to be you, but you could be just as good at what you do. And it matters just as much. But I'm one of those people, I don't mind being in the spotlight. In fact, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love being the center of attention. I love it when people are listening and agreeing, because you know what that means? It means the world's becoming a better place, and fuck yeah. Yeah. All right. So if I'm having to think of things, even here, right? I know I go for 45 minutes, but I ain't thinking. And what's saying? If I'm thinking, I'm probably full of shit now. So there we go. That's probably the end of this one. That's why I do. That's why I get things so we can discuss it, and then I go into that. I have to think to do that. That's shit that God. That's God talking. That's not me. And does that not happen to other people? See, it scares me. I don't know. There was something that my pastor said earlier. She said, Dion, you remind me of the book of Job. Have you ever read that? I'm like, no. And now I think she might be tricking me to go read the book of Job. She's not like that. But I don't know what that means. I don't. But coming from her, I know it's a big fucking compliment. And she always tells me, she's like, Dion, I always love it when you call me. You're like, you're so good and you're this and you're that. And I love all that. But I want other people to do it with me. It's kind of lonely. But God's going to give you a purpose. And I can tell you now, if you do inaction on it, you're going down. You're going down. Or maybe you just stay here. I don't know. Maybe it's a living hell. I used to joke and say, thank God for purgatory. No, it's even worse. I'm going up, my friends. Wherever we're supposed to go in this afterlife, I'm going. I'm going. I would rather go through this life believing in a higher power, having a great life, to die to find out there isn't one, than to go through this life thinking and denying it to find out that there was one. That's how I think on it. Now, why is that? Because if I'm dead and nothing happens, gee, I won't know any different, will I? So why not? Why not? If my life's great. Fuck, we could all be wrong. I don't think we are, though. I don't think we are. I've just seen too many things. I've seen too many coincidences, right? And for us, there are no coincidences in life. Even the kid I was just talking to, he's like, I've never really seen you that meeting. I kind of go. So he's like, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Then I go to the meeting. He's like, I already told my wife I have a sponsor now. See, he's excited. He's excited to do the program. Okay. Now, is it because Dion's a sponsor? Yes. And no. 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 To him, yes. In actuality, no. No, it's God. It's God working through Dion. You're a messenger. And if you're not relaying the message, then you can't keep it. Right? And the more you give it away, the more you get back. So give it away, give it away, give it away now. It's like the Red Hot Chili Peppers say, right? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away now. All right. Can't do too much or they cut the video. All right. It's going to be it for today. I appreciate everybody being here and being patient while Daryl tried to start his call. At least he didn't get mad or anything. That's probably why he's like, okay, no, I don't want people to see me on camera. I wouldn't want people to see me on camera if I was getting a little frustrated like that. But I do hope his battery works. God, please give our friend Daryl what he needs. Thank you. That's how I do it. Does anybody else do it? Hey, can you, if you say, hey, can you pray for this, this, and that? I'm like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. I don't do demands, but I will pray for your courage. I'll pray for what you need. You absolutely, you bet. I will. Yeah, I do care about what happens to you, but I don't get to make that decision. And I don't have anything special to God that where he's like, oh, well, you know, Dion said we need to do this. No. Mm-mm. No, that's old behavior. I love you. I love you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Patricia, Amber, Chris. Looks like we had some other people coming in and out. Thank you, Daryl, for coming and helping us out a little bit today. I love you. Peace out. And